Hey everybody, welcome to Bestie Book Reviews. I'm here with my bestie Mandy.
And I'm here with my bestie, Jessica.
So we've done it. This is our last month for 2025 for TBR. This is
Oh, it
December's
is, isn't
TBR.
it?
It is. Yeah, the next time
Yes.
we do this, it'll be 2026
For
or close
January,
to
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Go us.
go us. Yeah. All right. Before we start our December TBR, what kind of news you got for us?
Well, we would love for you guys to hit that subscribe button if you've not done that yet, and like and comment below. Also, this is, I think, maybe one of the last times I'll be mentioning that we are doing the convincing, where you guys convince us to read one of your favorite books from 2025. So that Google Doc is below. So make sure you get those in so we have lots of good books to choose from.
Okay. So, sorry, my lips are dry.
Mine happened too.
It's just dry outside in general. Oh yeah, and I probably need more water because all my lab work came back yesterday saying I was dehydrated at my annual exam. So you probably need more water.
What exam was it?
It was just my well check, my annual well check.
You're supposed to put a number in there. Like when
Why?
your kids go to their 5-year checkup.
We're
So
so
you
old
went
it don't matter no
TBR.
more. It's all
What
good.
checkup?
Just a checkup. It's fine. Okay, so let's talk about November's TBR. How did you do? Did you finally get them all?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry. How many did you get?
14.
Just missed one?
I was so close.
You were. Why did you miss the last one? Because you just didn't read it, or did it get moved, or what?
I just decided I just didn't get to it. And I was like, I don't know that I'm really like that interested in reading this book. And so I'm like, I'm not going to force myself to read books just because they're on my
Good.
TBR.
Yeah,
So I just moved on.
that's what I do every month.
But next month, December, I'm getting all 15 when we do our video.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna end the year strong.
okay. All right. I did 10. One of my books got moved into December, so I actually put it on my December TBR because it needs to be talked about. But yeah, I did 10.
Good for you,
So,
because usually that's not. Usually you're like, you kind of say F it on your TBR,
I love to say F it on my TBR. So yeah.
and you
I
don't
mean,
obsess over trying to do it like I do.
I don't. No, I don't. No, these are suggestions, not guidelines. So yes, at least in my head, in my world, they are. So
My sheet
I
looks really good. Like I have so much stuff marked off of it. I feel so good about it.
good. I've noticed too, especially right now with how crazy the business is and stuff, if there's audio for the books, it makes my life a lot easier and I can probably get to them. And I do tend to get to the audiobooks more than a book that I have to physically read because I don't have time to sit down and read, but I can listen. So
Yeah.
all authors, audiobooks, thank you. Be great. So, okay, well, let's get started.
Okay.
You ready?
Yep.
Okay.
You didn't comment on my Mr. Goose earrings.
Can't see them. Wait, nope, I gotta take my glasses off to do that. That is too close.
I had them
those
last
are
year.
so, yes, I remember you had those last year. Those are so cute.
I got them out for these videos.
Okay.
Since it's
That's
December.
adorable. Yeah, December. Yeah. Which is why I took off my pumpkin shirt because I just went the green. Okay, well, let's get started with our new releases.
Okay.
So the first book that I have is Lavender Lake by Emma Slate. I actually just got the art for this like on Monday, so a couple days ago, because we are filming this before the end of the month, but I haven't started reading it yet. So this comes out for everybody else on December 1st. This is the second book in her Saddles and Spurs series. This is cowboy, and they're nice cowboys for the most part. It's not dark.
Darn it.
Darn shucks. This guy's supposed to be a little bit more of a dick, but they're all surprise pregnancies. And so the second book is Salem's story. She's the twin sister to our hero or heroine from the first book, and she goes back to the family ranch to from New York to her sister's wedding, and she meets a bull rider on the plane, and somehow he knocks her up, and that is our hero from the first book. It's his best friend coming for the wedding as well. So we'll see how that goes.
Okay.
Mhm.
My first new release is coming on December 8th. It's The Game of Madmen by Kay Webster. And is it Care Dookie?
I don't know. We say this every time.
Yes.
I don't know. I
So
always think
these
care like
guys,
Carrie. That's why I think care, but I don't know. I could ask Kay.
so there's these guys, they own clubs, they have these fancy fight arenas that people come to from all over. So it sounds like they're very rich and powerful. And they only need each other until her. And then she takes off and runs from them. So I really don't know much about it, but it sounds good. So I'm excited.
Sounds good to me too.
Yeah.
Exactly. Then the next book we have is one that I started reading like a week ago, and then I saw that there was audio, so I put it down because I was only a few chapters. I guess 2 weeks ago. It was when I was on the plane coming home. And that is Dark Horse by Maggie Rodden. This is a dark cowboy romance. It definitely has some mafia elements to it because these guys kind of run the town like mafia. But this audio for this comes out on December 2nd. And basically, it's our hero is his best friend died a handful of years before, and he like 10 years, I think. And he was supposed to take care of this guy's little sister, like he promised him he would. And so for about 6 months, he was the guardian of her. And now she's grown and she has a bar, and her bar is floundering because of this mafia crew and what they've started a casino and whatever. And she's hiding some secrets, and he's a dick to her. I love it when he's a dick. So we'll see what happens with that.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, next I have Chasing Home by Piper Rain. This comes out on December 9th. This is book number 6 in the Plain Daisy Ranch. So this is Xander. He's a country star. And so she has this moment like that you only see in movies, basically, where he sees her in the crowd. He has her pulled up onto the stage and sings to her or whatever. And then later she's sneaking onto his tour bus, and then he basically like tosses her off to the side, I guess. And then so she's back at the ranch, and guess who's coming to film his country music video on their ranch? It is Xander. And she's pregnant.
Of course she is.
Yes.
Love it when that happens.
Yes.
Okay. So the next book I have is a
Only in books.
oh yeah, only in books. I don't worry about it anymore. Neither do you. So it's all good. So I mean, if it happens to somebody else, whatever, but not to me. We're good.
I know,
Okay.
you could become a grandma.
Don't say it. Don't. They're gonna get married first. It's what they promised. So we'll see. But like within the next
Referring
year,
to that one.
one of the other ones. Gosh, you laugh, but let's be honest. Your boys are at that age too. Teenage
True.
pregnancies.
True.
Yep.
Yeah.
So yeah, don't laugh too hard. So you never know. All right. So the next book I have is a December 4th release. This is Loving the Tormentor by Lola King. This is the third book in her Silver Falls University, which is her newer series. This one, they're all interconnected standalones. You can read them as a standalone. This one is a dark bully romance. I just love Lola King, so it doesn't matter what it is, I'm gonna read it. So we're good. We're good.
Yeah.
That's all I know. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, next up is my favorite fake romance on December 11th by Elizabeth O'Rourke. Oh, I just got the arc for this, and I really think I'm just going to dive in. Usually I try and time my arcs so that they come out on our 1 minute book recs the week that they're coming out, so that way people know like what's coming that week. But I don't know that I can wait.
Yeah.
So she's been dumped. She's got to go to her best friend's wedding. And so she is trying to, like, her ex is going to be there. So she decides to get a fake date for the wedding, which is going to be her best friend's older brother. And he asks her to help him drive his grandma across like multiple states to the wedding. So he's gonna pretend to be her date at the wedding if she'll help him, do this road trip. So she agrees. And her ex is somehow threatening her with something. So I'm not really sure. I don't have a lot more information, but like you said with Lola King, if Elizabeth O'Rourke published a phone book, I would be foaming at the mouth to grab that too. So
Yeah.
maybe not really foaming at the mouth, but you know what I mean. That's a weird saying. My mom used to have all sorts of like really random weird sayings.
And so does your bestie.
Yes. So I have weird things that pop out that are probably, I don't know, maybe not
What, my
appropriate.
fault or her fault. Yep. So
Yeah.
okay. Well, the next book and author that I'm going to talk about is another one that I foam at the mouth for anything this author writes. So we're good. So
See? So that's
so excited for this. You're going to love this. This is Madman and His Broken Princess. It's by Cora Riley.
Oh, I saw that coming and I was like, I'm going to put that on my TBR. And like, no, Jessica's definitely going to have that one.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
So this comes out on December 5th. And we're told that the hero, who is Nestor, I think I'm saying it right, Nestor. I think of like Nestle chocolate when I say that, but that's okay. So Nestor, I'm going to call him Ness. He is supposed to be so broken and such a hard ass that he is going to make he is supposed to make Remo and Luca look like boy next door accountants. And I am living for that. I am begging for that. I also kept thinking, well, is this part of her spinoff, like her Sons of the Father spinoff? But it doesn't look like it because she just posted a reading order, like how the order you should read all of her books in. And this book falls in between what was it, Bound by Vengeance, which was where we first get introduced to the Cremora, where we first see it's Growl's book, but it's between Growl's book and Twisted Loyalties, which is our first in the Cremora Chronicles. So it's takes place in her first generation. And so I'm so excited. She did give some tropes, forced marriage, tragic past, sociopath hero, which, just making me swoon already. I need help. Forced proximity, childhood friends. And so that is December 5th. And that is what I plan to be doing on December 5th, is reading that book.
Okay.
Okay.
While foaming at the mouth.
While foaming at the mouth. Somebody give me a rabies shot. Yeah.
Okay, then. Oh, I got a little out of order. On December 4th, The Nest Before Christmas by Piper Rain comes out. I absolutely love the Nest series. It's like so incredibly good. So I was so excited to hear about this. So the guys are on a plane trying to get home. That's like the day before Christmas. They're trying to get home. Their plane is grounded. So then it sounds like all sorts of shenanigans as they're trying to make it home in time for Christmas. There's going to be audio, and it looks like it's the full cast narration again. And their audio for the Nest series was so good. So I can't wait to be back with everybody in the Nest.
Okay. So the next book I have, audio is coming out for this book. I have already read this book, but again, this is another author that I will read anything that she puts out. And so like Mandy explained in one of our videos last week, that for authors who are indie authors, when they put their new audio out there, they're kind of at the mercy of Audible. They don't always get a release date, and that's kind of where we are. So we know it's coming in the next couple of weeks. We just don't know exactly what date. And that is Con by BJ Alpha. This is the second book in the Secrets and Lies series, which is what the series that started it all for BJ. So this was her second book ever. I love all of the Secrets and Lies books. I keep trying to pick out a favorite and I can't do it. So Con's is so he's one of the brothers, obviously. This is Mafia. He had a girlfriend when they were young, and that's Will. She ends up pregnant, and he was so jaded and just, their dad is a bit of a dick. He's a lot of a dick, actually. And he treats him so poorly that he told Will, like, get rid of it. Get rid of the baby. Here's the money. Go have an abortion. And Will, instead of doing that, she took the money and she ran. And so now she showed back up with his child, his little boy. It was like, he's like 5 or something. And Con's not happy. I love this. I cannot wait to listen to the audio for it. So, yay.
Okay, next up on December 16th, In a Heartbeat by Laura Pavlov comes out. That is, I believe, the last book in the Rosewood River series. So I'm looking forward to this one. This is cowboys, they're former best friends, and she is back in town and she is placed. So there's a temp agency that she's working for, and she gets
Mhm.
placed at his ranch. And so this is Axel's story. I'm very excited for this one.
Okay.
Cowboys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love me a good cowboy.
And I want to know why they're no longer friends. They
Yeah.
used to be best friends. I feel like Laura Pavlov usually does a pretty good job with like if there's a falling out, like it's not usually like I feel like it's always written really well when she does
Mhm.
something like that. So I'm
Yeah.
looking forward to that one.
Okay. Well, the next book I have is a December 9th. It's an audio same day release. So the book and the audio come out on the same day. And that is Depraved Devotion by Morgan Bridges. This one is described as the Joker meets pen pal. And it is very dark and it is a very forbidden. It is about a criminal psychologist and her serial killer client or patient. So,
Interesting.
yeah.
Okay, next I'm kind of skipping to like right after Christmas because my next three releases are the right after Christmas. So on December 26th, The Mysterious One by Marnie Mann comes out. This is in the Weston series. So this is Walker's book. He is their executive chef at their hotels, and he's basically he's hating his job. He's burnt out and there's just pressure and he's just burnt out. And he meets this woman who it's described as just like a release, type situation. But she is leaving an abusive situation and there's an age gap. So I'm wondering if she's like really young or what it is gonna be.
Mhm.
And it also says they're like the opposite sides of the track. So I'm very excited. I really like Marnie Mann, so I'm excited to read this one. I've really enjoyed the Weston group too. So looking forward to the next one.
All right. Well, this next one is one that I've already read, but audio is coming out and I want to listen to the audio. And so on the 9th of December, I have like 3 books on the 9th of December that are releasing. This is Loving the Reaper by Lola King, which is the second book in the series that we were just talking about, her Silver Falls University series. This one was Ren and Peach's story. Ren is a psychopath. Need I say more? But it's best friends to lovers, angsty, dark. He waits years for her. Like he has pined and waited years for her. Peach is she's interesting. She's a little different, but I really liked it. I liked the book the first time around. I want to listen to the audio. So especially going into knowing that I'm going to read her newest book, I want to listen to the audio for this book. So
Okay. And I forgot to mention The Mysterious One is going to have audio same day release as well, I believe. And then my next book comes out on December 26th too, and that's Cursed King by Jay Saman. And this also will have audio. So she's going to be writing like some retellings, and they're going to be a little bit darker than her normal stuff.
Mhm.
So I thought she was going to write it under Julie, but I thought I saw everything as Jay. So we'll
I did
see
too.
what
Yeah.
happens with that. So this is a Beauty and the Beast retelling. Her father is going to like wander off and be taken prisoner by this guy, and she breaks something there, and when she's trying to get her dad out, I guess. And so basically he tells her that you are either going to be the nanny to my kids or your dad is going to prison. So
Ooh.
I am excited for this one.
Okay. I'm excited for that one too. That
Yeah.
sounds yummy. I almost put on my list. I'm like, no, Mandy will have it. So,
Yep.
yep.
I do.
You do. Well, my book is very similar sounding in title for my next one. This is a December 9th release. I don't care what it was. I was going to read it no matter what. But this is The Cursed Horde King by Zoe Draven. And this one is the second book in her Horde of Elithica series. This is the Horde Kings plus dragons, basically, is what it is. So this one is about Amaya and Alaric, I believe is how we're saying his name. There's some spying going on in this one. She is from Dakar and she has to go to his land and get some things settled and figure things out for the Dakari people. This is like I hate you, but I want to screw you kind of a book. There's a lot of hate to love going on there. So what's a hate next? Very reluctant. There's dragons, and he has a lot of piercings. The nipples and other things are pierced. And I don't need to know anything else. I didn't even need to know that. I knew I was going to read no matter what. So,
All right. My
okay.
last release for December comes out December 27th. So as you can see, I'm going to be busy right after Christmas trying to get my TBR done so I
Yeah,
can
you
have a
are.
perfect month. So on December 27th, Pine for Me by Swathy comes out. Um, this is a story where he left her for Hollywood and he's come back, and she has been pining for him for, I think it said 7 years. And they have this drunk night together, of course, and she ends up pregnant. And so I believe based on the blurb that I read, she's going to really struggle with whether or not she can trust him since he's abandoned her before. So
Yeah.
looking
Okay.
forward to that one.
All right. I still have a few more new releases, just a couple, a few.
Go
Um,
you.
I know. Look at me go. So this next one, the book is out, but audio comes out on the 16th of December, and this is Off Limits by Emma Creed. This is the novella that starts her cowboy series, basically. It's more of like a introduction to everybody. I don't think a lot happens in the novella from what I can tell, but it is the novella that sets up her cowboy series. So I'll listen to that when it comes out.
Okay, next I have my only Christmas book that's on my December TBR. Are you shocked?
Shock. I
Little bit?
mean, mind blown.
Okay, so my only Christmas book is going to be Baby It's Cold Outside. This is written by Corinne Michaels and Melanie Harlow. Corinne is also doing her backlist book club, and this is the book for that one. It's a novella, so it is pretty short. I really know very little about it. Something about her having a broken heart and her tree is getting stuck in the apartment door. So things are not going well for her, it sounds like. So
Sounds like.
I'm excited to read that though. I've been wanting to read that one for a while, and I think, oh, at Christmas, I have to remember to read it.
Yeah, I think I had some like that, but I last year. I don't think I did this year though. So the next book I have is the one that was on my TBR for November and it got moved to December, and that is Nightshades by January Rain. This is book 4 in her Monster Stalker series. This comes out on December 18th, and we know that this one has a morally gray female main character. She's a detective. And obviously this has, science experiment breeding, praise, unhinged intimacy, and apparently a massive size difference. And so again, this is another one that I don't need to know much about. It's in this series. This series is so much fun. I will be reading it. Also
Okay.
for reasons. Mhm.
Okay. Next, I have a book that I pre-ordered, I think over a year ago, maybe even a year and a half ago. It may have been that long. And I was reading the trilogy. I read the first book in the trilogy. I really enjoyed it. So I pre ordered the next 2 books. I read the second book and I got pissed. And then the third
Mhm.
book came up, and I'm like, I'm not going to read it. Well, as I was going through my Kindle, I'm like, this has been sitting on here for so long. I need to just bite the bullet and finish the trilogy. And so that is Broken Crown by TK Lee. It is about Creed. Creed is her bodyguard. It's like she's in royalty, so she can't be with him because royalty, like she can't be with her bodyguard. And he basically was raised to be part of this royal family's bodyguard thing, like situation. And so it's I got mad because at the end of the second book, they're not together and we like time jump like a decade. And that just really irritates me when there's big time jumps. Because if we are in love,
Why? Why?
why?
Exactly. I agree with the why. I really, really agree.
So
Okay.
I'm going to read the third book, and maybe I've like calmed down enough that I can hopefully get to the HIA,
Yeah.
not the
Hopefully.
HEA, the
No, the
HIA.
key. Yeah. Okay. So my last new release is a book that's been around for a while, but there is graphic audio coming out for it on the 29th of December, and that is Death by Laura Thalassa. So this is the fourth book in her Four Horsemen series. Now, the weird thing about this is graphic audio came out for Pestilence and War, so books 1 and 2. And I'm like, where's the graphic audio for Famine? And so I went looking, and there is no graphic audio for Famine. So I don't know if it's going to come out after Death. I don't know if it's going to be a surprise drop. I don't know what's happening, but it's really annoying to me that Famine doesn't have graphic audio before Death, because there's an order, and Famine comes before Death. You have to read all of these in order.
So when you said that, you might have noticed me looking this way, because I was looking and I was like, I thought Death was the last one.
It
and
is.
so I was actually looking at my books, because I was like, I'm confused. What happened to the graphic audio for Famine? Why did she skip that?
I'm just as confused. When I saw that, I was like, oh, Death. And I was like, oh, did I miss Famine? And I went looked, I'm like, where the hell is Famine? It's not there. It's not listed. It maybe it'll just pop in there, because sometimes that happens, but you gotta be kidding me. Which I've been talking with Laura's PA a lot lately, and there's a part of me that wants to be like, where the hell is this book? But then there's another part of me that's like, no, I'll just wait and see what happens. So
I don't think it's wrong to ask and be like, hey,
no.
And then report back and tell us.
I'll get on that. Yeah.
Do it. I want to know.
Yeah.
I need to still finish that series. And you told me how great the graphic audio was. So I was like, ooh, I'll wait for the graphic audio for Famine and Death.
Yeah. Yeah. I know, because the first two have been amazing. So, yeah. Okay. What do you got next?
So next, I'm going to read My Neighbor's Secret by Lauren Rowe. I got this from her when we were in Vegas. So in this one, she cannot stand her squeaky clean new neighbor, and she's doing some wallpaper taking down in her room. And she notices that she has a little peephole right into her neighbor's bedroom. And apparently he has some secrets that she discovers, and she thinks maybe they need to team up. I think I know where this is going, but I really am not 100% sure, because this was one of the books I ordered from her when she got very excited about me wanting to read her unhinged shit. So I don't know if just Countdown to Killing Curtis was the unhinged part, or if this was part of it as well. So I will read it and report back.
That sounds great. That sounds great. Okay, so the next book that I have is one where audio just came out this week. So I think it was on the 25th when audio came out of November. And so that is What's Left of Us by B. Celeste. Mandy has talked about this book quite a bit. She really enjoyed it. She made me read the prologue, and I was like, ooh, I need that book, when we were going to Phoenix in February. So I've thought about this book ever since then, but I was kind of waiting to see, because I know B. Celeste always has audio. So I was kind of waiting for audio. Audio is here, and it's time for me to read it. So I don't know that you need to know anything else. Just if I was addicted from the beginning. So,
Yeah, that's good.
Yep.
Okay, so now I'm going back to my roots.
Okay.
So next up, I want to read Call Him Daddy by Katie A. Perez. So this is about a guy who finds out his fiance is carrying a baby that isn't his, so he leaves town, and he is now back 22 years later. He's drinking at a bar because he's in town to handle his mother's estate, and he is drawn to this blonde-haired woman in there, and it turns out that's his ex-fiance's child that she had.
Okay. All right. Love a good surprise baby. Okay. So this next book I think might have been on my TBR before, and I started reading the first couple of chapters.
Wait, what did you say? Did you say surprise baby?
Yeah, is that a surprise baby? Secret baby. Sorry, secret baby. If it's his ex's kid,
totally missed the whole story.
Probably.
He left town because she was pregnant with somebody else's kid. He came back, and he's drawn to this 22-year-old blonde. Who's he finds out later, is his ex-fiance's kid.
Oh, that's what I missed.
Yes.
Got it.
She's going to find out that this guy was engaged to her mom at one point in time.
Interesting. I was reading the
Yeah.
back of my book because I wanted
Like
to make
I
sure.
said, I'm going back to my roots, and
Yeah,
Surprise
yeah.
or Secret Baby is not that.
No, that's why I was a little confused with that one. So, okay, obviously.
Okay, now that we're on
All
the
right.
same page.
Well, speaking of roots, I'm gonna go back to mine. So the next book that I have is one I think I've had on my TBR before. I tried to read, like I started the first couple of chapters and I wasn't in the mood for it, and then I set it aside, but I knew I was gonna love this no matter what. Because this is Desired by Doom by Jamie Bagley. This is a spin-off of her Last Writers series. This is the Last Writers Ohio chapter, and it says book 1, which means eventually we should get more in this series, even though I think it's been a little while. So this is about our heroine who needs help saving her brother, and so she goes to the Last Writers chapter to try to get help from them for whatever reason. And it does say that she sees things that she was too shy to even watch on pay-per-view. So it sounds like the Ohio chapter is just as kinky as the original chapter.
That was going to be my question.
Sounds like. Yep.
Okay, well, speaking of MCs, that's up next for me.
Okay.
I have Cash by Mackenzie Fox. So this is part of her NOLA Rebels MC. It's the first book in that series. So this is Cash. And he does not have an old lady, and that's kind of, I guess, weighing on his mind. And this she is under his protection right now because she is his best friend's daughter. See what I mean? I'm going back to my roots here,
You're
people.
going right back to your roots. Yep.
Oh,
okay. So
I
the
have
next
been
book,
stuck in weird contemporary land, which I loved for too long. I need to get back into like the stuff that really hits.
Yeah. Okay. I'm sure that'll hit real well.
I hope so.
Okay, so the next one that I have is Psychotic Obsession by Lee Rivers. This is I don't want to call it a prequel because it's not. So this is a part of her Edge of Darkness trilogy. This is a spinoff of this. It can be read as a standalone, but if you do read it as a standalone without reading the Edge of Darkness trilogy, then you need to know that there are spoilers for some things that happen in the Edge of Darkness trilogy, and this one does not have an HEA. So this is about Tobias. We meet him in, I'll explain this to you later. We meet Tobias in the Edge of Darkness trilogy. We find out about him. He is the father to the kids, but Tobias is in a mental institution in prison, or I think it was just a mental institution. Anyway, been there for a very long time. And he, this is before all that happens. This is his love story with Arya, and he's psychotic. Like she gives the warning that this is going to be dark and crazy. And so that's all I need to know. And I ever since I read the first one, which I need to finish books 2 and 3, but the first book when I heard about Tobias, I was like, I need that story. Like I need that story. So.
Okay. So then I'm gonna read "If You Want Me" by Helena Hunting.
Mm-hmm.
You screwed me up many years ago with the pronunciation of her name. Okay.
Sorry.
So this is about Hollis. Hollis is on the hockey team, and his teammate's best, like one of his good teammates' daughter is Aurora. And so this is a romance with my dad's best friend.
Okay.
Teammate and best friend's daughter.
Mm-hmm.
I heard it's really good. Again, I'm going back, people. This is where I am headed.
Okay, you head there. There's something on my book driving me nuts. Okay, so
Do you
my
hear
last
all that noise? No,
Nope.
you didn't hear it. Okay, Noelle is like rattling the door, hardcore, trying to figure out how to get in.
Yeah, I might have heard that, but I wasn't paying attention because we were talking at the same time. So maybe I did. I don't know.
Okay, anyway.
My last book is Shattered Omega. There it is. I knew I had tickets from her with free audio somewhere. Shattered Omega by Marie McKay. This is, I think this is the first book in her Poisonverse. So this is supposed to be dark Omegaverse. And that is what I live for. Most of the time when I find Omegaverse, it is not dark enough, and I just can't stand that. I need it darker. But this is about our heroine who is at this academy, and she knows who she wants for her pack. There's these guys that she knows they're going to be her scent match. And so her suppressants are about to wear off just before this big ball. And that is where she knows that her fated mates are gonna smell her and know that that's their person, right? But that's not what happens. The dicks of the school, the pack that everybody wants nothing to do with, the pack that is dark and crazy, whatever, they're going to keep her. They're going to take her, they're going to claim her, and they're going to keep her whether she likes it or not, which is right up my alley.
Okay.
Okay, what's your last book?
Okay, my last one is going to be Braving the Storm by Elliot Rose. This is part of this is the second book in the Crimson Ridge series. So she flees to Crimson Ridge for whatever reason to this mountain cabin that I think she's inherited. And she finds an ex-pro bull rider there who happens to be her father's adopted brother.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. I am going to have a very good reading month, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, I think you are.
So, and I'm in my new TBR journal.
Yay for you. I've still got a whole year at least for another TBR journal. So, okay. Wrap it up.
Wow.
I know.
All right, so that is our December TBR. Let us know what's on your TBR. Like and comment below. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, we'd love for you to do that. And also, we'd love to have you back on Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays to see new videos from us, and sometimes Wednesdays.
Yep. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you in the next video.